DAF Media is actively seeking financial support. Founded in 2017, DAF Media has quickly become Southwestern Connecticut's source for quality sports, arts, and community programming. If you like what you see on the DAF Media Network and want to help us continue to deliver high-quality broadcasts while teaching lifelong STEM, communication, organization, and leadership skills, please email us at sponsor@dafmedia.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation Board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids. And it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for 4 were provided by 4 Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for 4 and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are on the stage. We are at the big games. We are on the field. We are in the gym. We are on the move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media. This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
some remain. All these places had their moments with lovers and friends. I still can recall, some are dead and some are living. In my life, I loved them all. But of all these friends and lovers, there is no one compares with you, and these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more, though I know I'll never lose affection for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more.
At this time, we invite our graduating tutor singers to the microphone to join us. And we ask that the audience please stand as able as we honor our country with the national anthem. Graduates, you may leave your caps on.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Everyone, please. Good afternoon. Is it on? Oh, okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Matt Reynolds, the Darien High School Student Body President. I would like to welcome you all to our graduation. To Dr. Adley, the Superintendent of the Darien Public Schools, members of the Board of Education, our Principal, Mrs. Dunn, Assistant Principals, Mrs. DeMoulis, Mr. Mazzoni, and Mr. Ribeiro, faculty and staff, family and friends, welcome and thank you for being here with us today. First and foremost, congratulations to the class of 2022. I know I speak for the class when I say that I appreciate all of the work, seen and unseen, that the teachers and staff of DHS have done to make sure we've had a great educational experience. Next, I'd like to acknowledge the incredible support we've all received from our families. You cheered for us, you laughed with us, you cried with us, you sent us angry texts after checking our Aspens, but most importantly, you loved us through it all, so thank you. I'd also like to thank the faculty members who do not always get the recognition they deserve. Thank you in particular to our custodial staff. Your dedication is seen in your patience with us and your forgiveness when we've not considered the impact of our choices. For example, our senior prank a little over a month ago. Thank you guys. Thank you guys, as well as the campus monitors, for all of your work over the past 13 years, and especially during the pandemic, keeping us safe. The class of 2022 has had our achievements, our failures, and yes, our shared obstacles. But in addition to the normal stressors of senior year, we've also suffered unfathomable losses. We have shared in our grief and learned resilience and mutual interdependence on family, friends, and support systems. All of these struggles and the successes will be with us for life, and they'll contribute to our individual growth. Our class is unique in the fact that we were at DHS pre-COVID, during COVID, and post-COVID. We've been a part of all the significant changes and challenges the past few years have brought. We've learned through the challenges of the past few years to appreciate our time with one another, because it truly is fleeting. We learned to lean on one another in times of need and to support those who we see struggling. Despite these challenges, however, our class has achieved and enjoyed so much academically, athletically, and socially. We're the highest academically ranked school in Connecticut. Students in our class competed in national scientific research competitions as well as international DECA competitions. We had Scholastic Art Award winners, nationally acclaimed musicals, and a great deal of recognition for our sports teams, among a slew of other exceptional accomplishments both in and out of school. I'm so thankful for all of the people who have made these past few years truly incredible. Every one of you is truly special. To the entirety of Darien High School's class of 2022, I've witnessed your growth since middle school, and some since elementary, and watched your passion flourish throughout high school. Take this passion and let it guide the rest of your life. Let this passion drive your accomplishments and your greatest successes. Again, thank you for the honor of addressing you today, and congratulations to all on graduating from Darien High School. Good luck and roll wave.
Good afternoon. My name is Colby Deneen, and I'm a senior class officer. It is my pleasure to introduce the chairman of the Darien Board of Education, also known to me as my dad, Mr. David Deneen.
Well, good evening, everyone. So good to see everyone on a beautiful night. I had a tough conversation with Al Roker this morning on the weather, and he sent through that storm later this afternoon because I think just because he can. But we're here and it's a beautiful evening. So good evening and welcome to the Darien High School 2022 graduation ceremony. We are here in the spirit of celebration, but I feel it's important to take a moment to pause and in a moment of silence as a community and offer our prayers, support, and love to the families that have lost loved ones. Thank you. On behalf of the Darien Board of Education, I want to thank Principal Dunn, Dr. Adley, and their teams for making all that you see here happen today. The stuff you don't see is the extraordinary behind-the-scenes work done by Mike Lynch and our facilities team with little or no fanfare. So a very big thank you to all of you. To the parents and caregivers that have been so dedicated, and I might say so patient, for these past 2 years. Thank you for helping guide your children through, at times, extraordinarily challenging educational experiences. As someone said at our teacher retirement party the other night, parents are our very first teachers and continue to teach us throughout our lives. I add that there's nothing more remote about that learning. So thank you, parents. Make sure you toast yourselves this evening 3 or 4 times at least in tonight's celebrations. Thank you, First Selectman Monica McNally, for joining us in celebration of our students this evening. And last but not least, a special thank you to my fellow board members. We are a volunteer board of 9, and I am so proud to work with such a dedicated group of parents. With our thank yous done, it's time to focus on you, our graduating class of 2022. This is the advice part of the speech, and probably the most terrifying one for any adult to think about. What do you most need to know on a late spring evening when your hard-earned graduation is upon you, and yet so much of your life is ahead of you? How on earth do we bridge the years between us to impart something that might mean something to you as you move towards independence? Where do we start? Well, it turns out we start by me taking a drive. To be honest, I don't usually take inspiration from my Sirius satellite radio, but I'll be damned if it didn't come a few weeks back when I heard an old Rod Stewart song that perfectly encapsulated the only thing I really wanted to say to you this evening. I may sing it a bit later, and I'll thank you all in advance for not walking out. So I'm driving, and the song Forever Young comes on. And as music has the power to do, I immediately went back to high school, remembering the friends, the challenges, the joys, the feeling of being free and hopeful, scared and young. I should add that my youth came before cell phones, social media, reality TV, and 24/7 cable news. Your grandparents can tell you about when you had to change the channel right on the TV, and there were literally 7 channels to choose from. Anyway, I acknowledge that the world has certainly changed, and the change has meant that you have a lot more noise to wade through than I did, but so many feelings are the same. Forever Young was a track off an album, Out of Order, and remembering that, I thought, wow, that could sum up the last few years of your high school experience. Rod Stewart wrote the song as a heartfelt expression about his kids and the time he spent away from them while he was on tour. That separation was painful for him, just as our isolation has been over the last few years. So while things might have seemed out of order since March 2020, and you might have had to grow up in ways you never expected, you took Mr. Stewart's words to heart. You let your joy, your hope, your questions, and your energy thrive as the world paused. You learned. You challenged yourselves and us. You got into trouble. You laughed. You loved. You even listened at times. There were times that could make anyone feel old and humbled, but you stayed young and proud, and you got here. You are here this evening, graduating. So tonight we're proud of you, of your blue wave spirit, and all your accomplishments in the face of a lot of adversity. You've been at sea for a storm that's lasted over 2 years, and you've shown yourself to be incredible navigators. You've weathered this storm with confidence, and now you're ready for anything that comes your way. Hold on to this feeling. Be young forever. So here's what I ask of you as we leave this celebration tonight, to celebrate with family and friends and move into the summer. Pause. Put down the phone. Turn off the iPad or the laptop. Step away from Facebook, Instagram, Netflix, and HBO Plus. Take an hour. Take a day. Take a week. Take the time. You have to give time. Be here and be now. Be in the moment with your family that is so proud of you and the friends that have endured and grown with you. You won't remember the posts and the tweets, but you'll remember the conversations, the sunsets, the bike rides, and the family meals. Hold them in your heart as you go forward. And as Rod Stewart, and I hope for you, you will remain forever young. So thanks to Mr. DeMeo, I am not going to sing. Thank you, graduating class of 22. So excited for you. Let's get on with the presentations and the shows.
Hello, my name is Cole Murphy, and I'm a senior class officer. Please join me in welcoming Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Alan Adley.
I know a few Dropkick Murphy Irish Friday night songs, but you might need a few permission slips from parents to actually hear them. I have a funny feeling, Doug, that before the night's out you will be singing that song. Distinguished class of 2022, on behalf of the district administration, its faculty and staff, I offer you our heartiest congratulations on your graduation this evening. To our graduates and our families, thanks for hanging in there. It was George Washington who said, perseverance and spirit have done wonders in all ages. Well, it was only with your resilience, perseverance, and the blue wave spirit that we successfully navigated the challenging years of the pandemic. The class of 2022 is talented in the classroom, on the fields, and on stage. It is fun-loving, adventurous, a wee bit mischievous, but every bit gracious, compassionate, and kind. The original motto of our great country, E Pluribus Unum, which was on the original United States seal, defines this class. For many, one. You are all what you are in large part because of the others who have parented, coached, taught, inspired, and befriended you along the way. This is the last time that this class is gathered together as one in brotherhood and sisterhood. Graduates, just take a moment to look around you and your classmates. They have all helped shape your lives and changed you for the good. The Memorial Day Parade returned to town this year, and on this Tuesday, Flag Day was celebrated. Tonight we opened our graduation with the Pledge of Allegiance and a beautiful rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner, which still waves over the land of the free in welcoming new immigrants to its shores. All of these distinctive American patriotic traditions celebrate our nation's beliefs, beauty, and rich heritage. These events have taken on even more significance for me personally, as 2 weeks ago, I became a proud, naturalized American citizen. My family, too, dreamed a dream. One of the civics questions required me recalling 3 rights in the Declaration of Independence. You'll be glad to know that I answered correctly, with life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Perhaps not our founding fathers' original interpretations, but I leave you, the class of 2022, with a few of my own simple contemporary reflections and words of advice on these indelible rights drawn from my own life experience. In life and in American spirit, historian David McCulloch challenged all of us to climb up life's mountain, not to plant your flag, but to embrace the challenge, enjoy the air, and behold the view. Climb it so as you can see the world, not so that the world can see you. Tonight you are graced by youth, and each of you has the promise of hope and a bright future. It has been said in life, things turn out best for the people who make the best of the way things turn out. It's one of those interesting true axioms. Life tends to give you whatever you expect from it. Life is really about playing well the hand that you've been dealt. Talent is innate given, but it takes time, effort, and disciplined choices to turn dreams and talents into results. Woodrow Wilson, Secretary of State, once said, "Destiny is not a simple random matter of chance. It is a matter of choice and discipline. It is not something to be waited for. It is something to be achieved." The world and life today needs each of you. There is work to be done, and you will make a difference. Show up every day and enjoy it. Embrace the richness and diversity of life and all its wonderful people. Don't do things half-heartedly. When this blue wave class spreads out across this marvelous country, make a hell of a splash. Living life to the fullest, with your heart and your mind, and with much love and compassion. Liberty. Class of 2022, in the audience this evening, you are surrounded with the presence and love of many that have served or are currently serving in the armed forces to protect the liberties we all cherish about this wonderful country. The heroic stories of those who have served remind us that every one of us has the responsibility to step up and make a difference. As President Kennedy once challenged the young people of America, every one of you should try. Recall the story of a 101st Airborne serviceman who desperately wanted to fly a plane. Unfortunately, in the end, qualifications precluded him from being a pilot. So on D-Day, he jumped out of the airplane instead. You can always find a way to serve. You are the next great generation, and the needs are great. Honor your liberties by caring for others and making a difference in your communities. To those who much is given, much is expected. Courageously live in the service of your own generation. Serve your communities, care for others, and be an active participant in this unique democracy, and always striving to make the world just a wee bit better. For your pursuit of happiness, it was the first president who regretted that all of his life he did not get a formal education. He wrote, "Knowledge is in every country the surest basis of happiness." The exceptional education in Darien means that you are well on your way to happiness. Continue to learn, read, and be curious. Just as Thomas Jefferson penned the pursuit of happiness into the Declaration of Independence all those years ago. As parents and as your superintendent, as you prepare for the most exciting chapter in your lives to commence, we too have that same wish, that you find happiness and that along the way you will also make others happy. However, do not just strive for happiness, actively practice it. It has been my experience that the happiest people in life do not necessarily have the most money or the best of everything. Rather, they have a positive attitude and just make the best of everything. So make the decision to get out on the right side of the bed each day. Doing so will help you face life's challenges. Just ask a teacher, a physician, a parent, or an employer about the power and the benefits of a positive attitude. Optimism, I believe, is inherent in the American spirit. It is now time for you to leave. Take with you this evening and share the school blue wave. And as the blue wave ripples across the country, from the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam, may it be the tide that raises all peoples. And as you go on your way tonight, may life's roads rise up to meet you. May the liberty's winds be always at your back. May the sun shine warmly upon your faces, and the rains fall softly upon your fields. And until we meet again, may you be happy, and may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Congratulations and farewell, class of 2022. Know that you will be fondly remembered. God bless you, and God bless America.
Good afternoon. My name is Quinn Daly, and I served as the student vice president of our student government. It is my pleasure to introduce Stephen Sarusi and Nicholas Condon to perform Gone Away.
One moment, just one moment.
got battle scars, and freedom feels so far.
Tyranny was meant to be, all that remains is an unfinished symphony. He was so in love with chaos, I could never see. Good things don't happen to heroes just like you and me. It only takes one moment, just one moment. These adventures are a gift, and we will never drift away. The thing I built this nation for doesn't exist anymore. Gone away. But it only takes one moment, just one moment.
Thank you, Stephen and Nikki, for that incredible performance. I'd now like to welcome our principal and my dear friend, Miss Ellen Dunn, to the stage.
I now have the pleasure of introducing our 4 retirees and presenting them with an honorary diploma on behalf of our students and our colleagues. Joan Flaherty, will you please come forward? Gifted counselor, treasured colleague, master problem solver, Tom Brady superfan, schedule whisperer, wizard of all things technical. You thought that was funny, right? Generous friend, devoted mother and wife. Joan Flaherty, for 28 years at Darien High School, you have worked tirelessly to advocate for your students while gently teaching them to do so for themselves. Modeling integrity and honesty in every interaction, you have given each child what they needed: a stern reminder, a soft touch, an empathetic ear. Mentor to so many counselors over your tenure, your warm sense of humor and lilting laugh make every situation manageable and soothe every hurt. You have taught so many students about what is most important, and by doing so have strengthened them and buoyed them when they may have lost their way. Your steady hand has been a comfort to those preparing to step beyond the doors of DHS into the future. Your indelible mark on thousands of grateful students is your legacy. You will long be remembered by them and by all of us for all that we have learned from you. Thank you, Joan, and may every gift you have given come back to you in your retirement. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Darien High School, you are hereby awarded this honorary diploma with the deepest gratitude.
So while we're here.
Susan Wood. Master Teacher of BC Calculus, Beachcomber of Block Island, Pickleball Enthusiast, Proud Yukon Husky, Adventurous Seafarer, Musical Director of Mathematical Carols, Devoted Mother and Wife, Susan Wood, for 29 years you have dedicated yourself to bringing mathematics to life in your classroom by showing your students that diligence, dedication, and perseverance bring great reward in the enduring understanding and mastery of complex and challenging content. Your belief in your students allowed them to believe in themselves and fostered confidence that opened opportunities beyond your classroom well into the future. You are one of those rare people who inspires those around you to give their very best because you give so much of yourself in the example you set. Your generous mentorship of young teacher in the art of your craft will be a legacy to future generations of DHS students who will reap the benefit of your expertise. You set the bar high for all of us, and students and faculty alike are better for your time among us. Thank you for the gifts you have shared through a life devoted to teaching. Your courage has inspired us, Susan, and we honor your dedication to the students you have challenged and loved in equal measure. We wish you every happiness in your retirement. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Darien High School, you are hereby awarded this honorary diploma. Eileen Whalen. Beloved colleague, loyal friend, compassionate listener, source of great wisdom, teenager whisperer, reader of people, Block Island adventurer, Blue Wave birdie comedienne, fellow DHS historian, graceful mentor of teachers and students, devoted mother, grandmother, and wife. Eileen Whalen, for 33 years at Darien High School, your dedication to your students has been visible in the strength, resilience, and confidence you have inspired them for the journey beyond our walls. Your calm demeanor in the face of a storm comforts, heals, and anchors those around you. With a quick wit and a kind heart, you disarm and invite people into your care. In my entire career, I have never had more confidence in another's wisdom about what is best for a child. And this gift you have generously given to families and colleagues alike. You have earned the esteem of a faculty whose trust in you never wavers. At times of great sorrow, you have provided solace, and you have celebrated every triumph with boundless joy. You have taught us there is much to learn from each. You have counseled with wisdom and compassion, and your sage advice has made the difference in the lives of countless students and families. At the most difficult times in their lives, your love for your students has changed their trajectory and will forever be remembered with deep gratitude. Through the mentorship of your peers, your wisdom will reach new generations of DHS students for years to come. Eileen, you are assured a high place in the history of Darien High School, and we wish you every happiness. Doing a great job. And Madame Mason. Revered colleague, inspiring teacher, world traveler, polyglot extraordinaire, intellectual aesthete, teacher of teachers, loving mother and wife. Susan Mason, for 38 years, you have distinguished yourself as a master teacher of French and a gentle nurturer of young minds. You have instilled in your students a love of language and culture, broadening their minds and their worldview. Your academic excellence and dedication to your craft have earned you the respect and admiration of students and peers alike. Your elegance and spirit of life have left an impact on the World Language Department and DHS that will endure for years to come. Your resounding voice has reminded us all for 38 years that a learning environment can only thrive when every student feels safe, supported, and loved. And you have made it so for generations of students at DHS. It is a beautiful legacy. We are so fortunate to have shared this journey with you. We wish you every happiness in the years to come.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lachlan McLaren, and I am also one of the senior class officers. Would the class of 2022 faculty advisors, Cristiana Provenzano and Mark Power, please come to the stage? On behalf of the class of 2022, we thank you for your wisdom, advice, and mentorship, and all of the amazing efforts that you guys have put in on our behalf. We hope that you accept these small tokens of our appreciation. Thank you. It is also our great honor to leave for the class of 2023 3 scholarships that will be awarded at the ceremony next May. Thank you.
everyone, my name is Kieran Ibrahimi, and it is my honor to introduce the class of 2022 Salutatorian Luke Damo and his brother Will.
Principal Dawn, faculty, staff, families, friends, and fellow students, thank you and congratulations to the class of 2022. Now, it really is a tough task we have here today. Not only are we speaking in front of a lot of people, but we're expected to make you laugh, entertain you, and maybe even offer some advice. And that last part, offering you advice, is something we simply can't do. We're 18 years old, younger than most of you, with far less experience in the real world. And so we did exactly what kids these days do. Rather than asking our parents or our teachers, we went straight to Google. And there we found a pretty good list. 6 tips on how to succeed in life, written by an adult. So that's what we'll share with you now. Now don't fret, it's heavy stuff, but we, the class of 2022, have already proven ourselves capable of ticking every box. Now let's use that list to reflect on our time together. Number 1, get yourself organized and on schedule. During quarantine, virtual schooling took so much organization and scheduling on our part, that is, putting on a shirt, that the school let us sleep until, start school at 8:30. And for those of you in the audience familiar with the senior prank, we were so organized and so on schedule that we moved the chairs you're now sitting in onto this field, only to realize that setting up for graduation 5 weeks early posed a few logistical issues. Number 2, set goals to get you motivated. This we surely did. We set the goal of mastering a floor plan that left even our parents, during their nights at open house, utterly clueless. Ever since elementary school, we set the goal of getting our hands on the fabled cafeteria sushi, only to learn that it was available for a whopping 1 day. More recently, we set the goal of skipping class and were somehow met with the support of admin. Turns out they just wanted to be at Matt Hellman's senior barbecue to figure out how one student could generate a greater turnout than any school organized event ever. Number 3, change things up. We adjusted to those dreaded extra 7 minutes as we moved from 41-minute classes to 48-minute classes. Little did we know we'd be here today with 86-minute classes, long enough to watch Mr. Sweeney's hairs fall out. And this year, we changed things up so much that Austin Peck managed to ride Lachlan McLaren's backpack down an entire flight of stairs. Number 4, reward yourself. While we may not have rewarded ourselves exactly, admin surely rewarded us 2 years ago when it decided that turning on your computer meant a half-letter grade bump. And if we rewarded ourselves with an hour for lunch instead of 30 minutes, at least it was spent with a handful of friends. Number 5, surround yourself with support. Unfortunately for many of us, it took a pandemic to realize that being surrounded by your best friends and staff members who love, care, and sacrifice for us every day really isn't that bad. I'm glad to say we were reminded to find joy and comfort in the company of others, and I urge each one of us to continue making time for loved ones and friends. Number 6, remember what you're working toward. Through all the excitement and distractions in our lives over the past 4 years, we never once lost sight of our goals. This year alone, our senior class contributed to 4 FCAC championships and 5 state championships, including these rings. Theater 308 also returned this year to the auditorium stage, producing a fall play and spring musical after having put on a virtual and outdoor show last year. We flourished in the arts with many talented musicians, dancers, and artists. That performance earlier, wow. Many members of our class played integral roles in organizing protests and lobbying for social movements to improve the trajectory of our world. Others volunteered their time with local community organizations aimed at bettering the lives of others. I think it's fair to say that if we continue the path we're on, we're all bound to make it very far. So, if there are any takeaways from our speech, for our speech, let's all just continue being us. Seek out joy whenever and wherever our journeys take us next, all while striving to better ourselves while simultaneously bettering the world around us. Do life with other people, look out for those around you, and remember, it's okay to ask for help. Like Andy Bernard from The Office once said, I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you actually left them. But of course, there's not. So soak up every moment and know that being sad when something is over is usually a sign you've done something right. Thank you, and congratulations once again to the class of 2022.
Please join me in welcoming to the stage Cosmo Almatruda, Alexander Vogt, and Giselle Weingarner, who perform the rendition of It's Been a Long, Long Time.
So close to me, there's so much I feel that I should say, but words can wait until some other day. Kiss me once, then kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time. Haven't felt like this, my dear, since can't remember when. It's been a long, long time. You'll never know how many dreams I dream about you, or just how empty they all seem without you. So kiss me once, then kiss me twice, then kiss me once again. It's been a long, long time.
Thank you, Giselle, Alex, and Cosmo for that wonderful performance. And now we are so delighted to welcome Class of 2022 Valedictorian Margaret Russell to the stage.
When we start kindergarten, the remaining 13 years of school seem hazy. We parade into our elementary schools, a rainbow of backpacks, sneakers, and tiny heads bobbing through the halls. A grid of grades K through 12 spans ahead of us. We don't know what to expect. We don't know who our sophomore year history teacher will be or what sport we'll play in high school. We meander through our day. Playing in the dirt outside is fascinating. Tying shoelaces, a gargantuan task that requires a good deal of concentration, and a passing insect leads to hours of distraction. And then suddenly, we're here. That seemingly endless progression of grades is no longer foggy, it's crammed full of memories. We spent over a decade growing together. Each of us was on a different journey, but we traveled as one. It seemed so slow at the time. Now we're done. We're about to spread out across the world, no longer circulating in the same building. Now, as we move on with whatever plans we've made, it's easy to get caught in the current that pulls us forward. Right now, we're looking into the future, but I want everyone to take just a second to reflect. When I look back on my 13 years in the Darien Public Schools system, I most fondly remember those random little moments whose impact I never could have anticipated. I'll explain that one a bit. I think that some of the most special parts of our lives flower from the spontaneous, the unknown. In 6th grade, I sat next to a girl on the bus ride home from a school trip. We talked the entire way. Because of that one moment, she has become one of my closest friends. In fact, she mentions that fateful bus ride every year whenever she sends out a long, thoughtful, happy birthday text. Thanks, Rhea. In middle school, I switched to a new math class a month into the school year. I felt completely lost. We had to practice pre-algebra problems on whiteboards around the classroom, but I didn't know how. Then, one boy showed me how to move x to one side of the equation and solve. I thought to myself, wow, he's really smart and nice. Since then, we've had countless classes together. We even co-led a club senior year. A couple weeks ago, he took me to prom. I didn't anticipate any of that would happen 7 years ago. When I started kindergarten, I was shy. I was afraid to be in a new place, a scary, large school. But I was lucky because there was a girl in my class I already knew. Our older brothers were friends, so we'd been to each other's houses. What I didn't realize at that moment was that we'd end up spending almost all of elementary, middle, and high school together. We would go trick-or-treating. We duct-taped a pillowcase to a skateboard to increase our mobility and candy capacity. We then dumped our plunder all over my floor and divided up all chocolate and gummies. In high school, we spent summer afternoons baking a cake and eating the entire thing with a spoon. This year, fate placed us in the same biology class. We giggled our way through labs, passed around erasers, and clutched her gigantic, bright orange Allen wrench for good luck on tests. And I've tried to find a brief way to explain that ritual, but I gave up. So sorry. But anyway, when I tiptoed into Royal Elementary School, I did not know that that one familiar face would stay with me for 13 years. A fiercely kind and outgoing person that I'm proud to call my friend. It's amazing how these seemingly insignificant run-ins can make such a difference. I'm sure everyone here has had similar moments. Who knows what we'd be like if we'd not gone and joined some club on a whim, or taken a left in the hallway instead of a right, or gone to that one sports practice. We're sitting here on this field as a collection of these moments. And we'll keep having them. When we leave this stadium, we can't control who we'll run into on the street, maybe who our college roommate will be, or what job we'll have in 7 years. There is so much that we don't know yet, but we'll get to explore it and find out. If you really think about it, we're back in kindergarten. We're looking at a hazy future full of people we don't know, opportunities we haven't found yet. It can seem daunting, but it's more familiar than we realize. Waiting out there are some beautiful people and experiences we'll get to encounter. So, before we all walk across this turf, I want you to look at your friends all around you. Tell them thank you. Thank you for being a part of my life. And I'm looking forward to the uncertain but magnificent time ahead of us. Congratulations, everyone.
Please join me again in welcoming Mrs. Dunn.
Good evening, Mr. Deneen, Chair of the Darien Board of Education, members of the Darien Board of Education, Dr. Alan Adley, Superintendent of Schools, colleagues, parents, grandparents, guests, and most distinguished members of the class of 2022. Tradition holds that the graduates of Darien High School pass a small token to the principal upon conferral of their diploma. I am told that tonight you will approach the stage, tiny flowers in hand. It conjures an image of you as very young children, gleefully holding your dandelions and blowing your wishes into the night wind. It seems like only a moment ago that you set your childhood dreams aloft. Your gift is perfect for this occasion and holds lessons for the journey. As a former teacher of biology, I am particularly attuned to the symbolism of the flower. It is no accident that the flower demands our admiration, for it is exquisitely designed to draw in its insect collaborator. The bee does for the flower what it cannot do for itself. There will be times in life when you must rely on others. We know and have experienced together that life presents sorrow that would be unbearable without a friend's embrace. It anchors us and propels us to endure. At first glance, flowers appear fragile, but they stand bravely against the wind, surviving by bending, not breaking. Have faith in your resilience. Lean into the wind and gain confidence in yourself with every triumph. Your courage has been forged by circumstance, and we are witness to your strength. A flower bides its time and will bloom only when it is ready. We wait patiently for its debut in eager anticipation of its beauty. Life is not a race to the finish. This moment is the only moment that exists. Live in it now, or you will miss it. Think not of yesterday or tomorrow, because you cannot touch them from today. Be patient with yourself, because your gifts too will be revealed in good time. Flowers speak without making a sound. They say, I am sorry. I walk beside you. I forgive you. I honor you. I remember you. I love you. Take a lesson from the flowers and give voice to these words. They are too often withheld when they could have made all the difference. The blossom hides its secrets, closed off until it bursts open. It must risk exposure in order to bring forth the future. Like the flower, embrace vulnerability. Learning is suffocated by safety. It requires discomfort, disruption, turmoil, and risk. Life begins one step beyond your comfort zone. Finally, do not let the flower fool you. It is flawed. Conformity is rejected by nature, for survival requires variation. Free yourself from the illusion of perfection. It does not exist. Diversity of thought and experiences enrich you. Your uniqueness is your strength. There is no flower like you, and the world needs what you alone can give. The class of 2022 understands more than any other the power of connection. Tonight, your gift will be unfinished until the last graduate closes your circle. Your 358 flowers, entwined and interwoven, will reveal a Hawaiian lei, a physical expression of your unity, with no end and no beginning. Stronger together than apart, just like you, the class of 2022. In Hawaiian tradition, the garland is presented in the spirit of aloha, which is translated as the exchange of breath, the sharing of spirit. What a fitting symbol for this moment. Every time we look upon your flowers, we will remember that we have exchanged our spirits. We are forever changed by what you leave behind. Aloha is more than farewell. It teaches that a portion of each of us goes with you. As your petals disperse from here in all directions, until we meet again, our spirit will whisper on the wind with you. Congratulations to the Darien High School class of 2022. Mr. Deneen, members of the Darien Board of Education, and Dr. Adley, I am so proud to present to you the Darien High School class of 2022 for their diplomas.
Christian Allegro. Jeffrey Amato. Cosmo Amatruda. Aiden Emersakis. Lance Anavy. Ashley Anderson. Grace Argeru. Nora Ashrifa. Yusuf Ashrifa. Alexander Baird. Pierre Bakshi. Claire Banks. Samantha Barlow. Andrew Bayless. Harrison Bell. Samantha Bellingham. Liam Behringer. Jake Berry. Ria Bott. Lauren Blake. Kyle Bloomer. Blakesley Bonanno. Abigail Boughton. Luke Bradbury. William Bronca. Colin Bresnahan. Carson Brown. Claire Brown. Tressa Brown. Blake Burns. Stephanie Calderon. Jacqueline Callahan. Freddie Calvi. Brady Campbell. Mia Capelli. Anastasia Carey. Stephen Carlo. Linus Carrier. Chase Caruso. Cameron Cavana. John Cerusi. Stephen Cerusi. Joseph Caesar. Lily Childs. Georgia Christensen. Kayla Cintron. Caroline Cirillo. Carolyn Clark. Mairead Glass. Livia Cleary. Thomas Cleary. William Collins. Nicholas Condon. Gavin Connolly. Jack Conway. Noel Cook. Bruno Cope. Charlize Covello. Ty Comiskey. Megan Cutler. Emma Daniil. Jake Dansker. Lexi Dansker. Emily Darby. Caroline Da Silva. Katie Faye Davenport. Addison Davis. Emma DeGraff. Lila DeGennaro. William Damel. Andrew Devins. Emily DeMonicus. Brooke Dolan. Kelly Dolce. Shay Dolce. Alexander Domitner. Michael Dong. Lily Donzizer. Joseph Doran. Carson Drake. Miles Drake. Shay Duffy. Thomas DuPont. Olivia Durbin. Peter Durkovic. Pi Easterbrook. Jose Echeverria. Allison Enters. Paul Espinoza. David Ivanchik. Christopher Fallon. Charles Feingold. Hunter Felt. Patrick Finnegan. Andrew Fiorenza. John Fiorita. Piper Fitzgerald. Alyssa Flagg. Pace Flaherty. Caitlin Flynn. Neil Flynn. William Foresta. Caitlin Frawley. Julia Fullington. Stephen Fusco. Leighton Gajwani. Eamon Gallagher. Claire Galper. James Galvin. Alec Garabet. Ryan Genovese. Andrew Giannunzio. Jillian Giordano. Samantha Gombos. John Gorman. Rachel Grandis. Henry Gregory. Ethan Gupta. Emily Hackett. Cameron Hagee. Rowan Hagee. Elizabeth Haydinger. Callie Halverson. Caroline Ham. Morgan Hampton. Juliana Hahn. Bo Hancock. Anders Hansen. Ryan Harnish. Justin Herron. Claire Haupt. Carter Hayes. Emily Hayes. Rebecca Hayes. Hudson Hurl. Mason Headley. Anush Haydari, Matthew Hellman, Piper Henderson, William Henry, Caitlin Holmes, Maxwell Howard, Colleen Hoyt, Lawrence Hugh, Madeline Holt, Lindsay Giacchino, Jaira Jacques, Ella Jennings, Liv Jennings, Judah Johns, Juliet Johnson, Francis, Hope Johnson, Ryan Johnson, Dylan Jones, Ryan Jones, Aaron Kane, Kelly Kane, Sophie Kang, Kristen Kennedy, Imogen Kerr, Emma Kinney, Elizabeth Klingman, Owen Niffen, Cecilia Kaminsk, Ella Kosnick, Graham Kreppen, Grace Ledoux, Caitlin Ledoux, Kyle Latimer, Kiana Lee, William Lehan, James Leone, Jalen Lesperance, Reed Levinson, Christopher Leah, Matthew Leah, Andrew Lynn, Brandon Liu, Nellie Lowitz, Alexis Lyons, Tripp Lyons. Kira Lyons. Catherine Macaron. Adam McDonald. Daniel McLahose. Matthew Magnata. David Mahoney. Sydney Meyer. William Major. Ava Magnotti. Fudger Maksud. Jamal Mirage. Mark Marinkovich. Brian Martin. Luke Mashoff. Carmelo Mazzata. Colin McCann. Molly McGuckin. Peter McLean. Alec Medwar. Stella Meyer. Sebastian Mengwa. Kendall Miller. Matthew Minikis. Stephanie Mursky. Noah Mobarak. Morgan Moyer. Kevin Malloy. Daniel Morrissey. Sadie Massa. Toby Massa. Ellie Muller. Ellis Murphy. Abraham Mustafa. Sophie Napolitano. Margaret Netter. Rafferty Nelson. Lena O'Connell. Clara O'Connor. Morgan O'Neill. Evan O'Rourke. Abraham Ocampo. Reese Overbeck. Shruti Palniapin. Tyler Panorgias. Madeline Park. Maya Patros. Alex Pavlonis. Austin Peck. Gabby Perez. Ryan Parrott. Carrington Persinger. Olivia Peters. Sophie Petty. Towson Feifel. Olivia Pistone. Griffin Picorni. Jack Pond. Andrew Popson. Olivia Punishill. Sean Quick. Mateo Rathgaber. Camila Regalado. Caroline Ricci. Hogan Riccio. Brett Richards. Davis Riley. Luke Reardon. Ryan Roberts. Sydney Rowland. Catherine Rolap. Vivi Rooney. Andrew Ruiz Marsula. Shashir Sangaru. Jamie Santella. Caitlin Santoro. Kyle Santos. Jack Sarson. Sibi Satish Kumar. Aiden Savage. Maximilian Scalise. Summer Schmidt. Christopher Schofield. Coco Marie Scora. Margaret Sedlak. Alan Shao. Virginia Shelton. Jasmine Stufai. Andrew Seaver. Charlotte Samari. London Sinclair. Connor Sini. Andrew Skoglund, Alice Smith, Evan Smith, Joshua Smith, Keegan Smith, Lucas Smith, Samuel Solomon, Gracie Spataro, Ryan Spengler, Swati Shriram, Jeremiah Stafford, Levi Stedman, Cece Stein, Samantha Stevens, Mark Streeter, Emma Stricker, Jonathan Strong, Trey Strube, Grace Stewart, Alexander Sutanto, Tobin Sylvester, Molly Tolucci, Elizabeth Tarrant, Matthew Taylor, Julianne Teitler, Patrick Thurlow, James Tomasello, Bradley Traeger, Ava Tucci, Jocelyn Tyler, Osaro Ua Omede, Jake Viro, Gianni Vivenzio, Tyler Vadola, Alexander Vogt, Mimi Wade, Ella Wadley, Owen Wagner, Evie Wakeham, Jack Walsh, Margaret Walter, Ryan Walter, Anna Wayland, Karis Webb, Cameron Weibel, Miken West, Helen Whitney, Josephine Williams. Margaret Williams. Gabriella Wilson. Giselle Weiniger. Catherine Walters. Jingtong Yang. Preston Yao. Charles Yerman. Jack Yerman. Charlotte Zano. Paige Zamsky. Peter Zengo. Amari Zerby. Saskia Zimmerman. And your class marshals, Catherine Caputo. Tam Hao Nguyen. Riley O'Connor. Connor Palin. Drew Palmer. And Maggie Ramsey. Your salutatorian, Luke Damel. Your valedictorian, Margaret Russell. Your community council officers, Quinlan Daly. Colby Deneen. Kieran Ibrahimi. Lachlan McLaren. Nicholas Murphy. And your class president, Matthew Reynolds. We have one more diploma to confer to Gabriela Gomez.
All right, will the entirety of the class of 2022 please rise? Everyone grab those tassels and switch them from right to left. We are now graduates of Darien High School.
Look, Ma, I made it. Shout out Annie Weibel. Love you, Ma.
Yeah, and let's go.
Blue wave.
All right, well done.
play cello. Every string is out of tune because we're sitting in the sun so long. I was on the edge. I was first year, so I didn't end up listening to it. I had to rapidly sing my Dude, I didn't even realize we started. I was watching them all go their tracks. Because I'm like, oh, I didn't see it. I was first chair. I saw this person walk up there and I was like, oh, there's a tent. I can sing it on my and then you all start